What happens when you're scared? You act on impulse. That's why Alwyn finds himself in Beregost and now without Coran. Although Alwyn hated the sanctimonious, tedious, nagging, parochial paladin Ajantis, he was an absolutely pivotal member of the party, and at some crucial moments. He has been irreplaceable. Even Kivin couldn't offer the same level of protection. But maybe a certain dwarf can. Well, welcome back, and we are in Kagan's shop in Beregost. We haven't got Coran. He did leave on pretty good terms, really, and I think he's, from memory, I think he said he was going to set up in the Belching Dragon in Nashkel. So, should we need him, we will go and get him. But he wasn't quite the robust figurehead of the party that I think Alwyn thought he needed. As I've said, it's a bit of an impulsive decision to get rid of Coran, but Alwyn's morale has broken slightly here because of the revelations of Elminster. The notion that there's something within Alwyn that is far more dangerous, concerning, that in some way may be controlling his fate, that he doesn't want to confront. That, coupled with taking out the leader of the Zentrum on the Sword Coast, has caused him to flee to pastures familiar, I think, to lie low for a bit. Now, Kagan, you may remember from a long time ago, was booted out of the party by Alwyn, kind of almost in a cowardly way, because Edwin wanted to join the party, and he kind of used that as a convenient excuse to leave her out. Kagan, now, Kagan seemed to take that actually quite well, but I think Alwyn felt at the time that Kagan was a little bit bullying, and I think he was a bit bullying towards Tsar, but I think at least Alwyn now is a little bit more robust, a little bit more confident about matters, and so I think perhaps he feels a bit more able to perhaps deal with Kagan's well, I suppose his slightly surly disposition. So here he is. It's about time you got back. Some nerve yous barrelheads have, leaving me standing here for so long. It's a wonder I suffer your company at all. So I think really Kagan is sort of there to kind of play a Ajantis type role, someone who can wear the heavy armour, can go in with a weapon and shield and kind of occupy the enemy while Alwyn and his sort of wizard buddies have some time to get their spells off, really. It worked well with Ajantis, so I think we're going to have to go for this one option here. You'll not suffer long if you keep up that attitude. Get in step, Kagan. We've business to attend to. Because I think the other option is basically tell him not to join. Straight to the point. I respect that. Let's go. Okay, well, that's a reasonably cheerful start. And there he is. Well, welcome back, Kagan. Oh. And he's got something to say already. Oh, this is about his quest. My caravan's destroyed and the Silver Shield's pup is dead. Here's a fine to do. The last of my funds is a kite's breakfast, and my customer ain't going to be one whit pleased by it. Okay, so this is about Duke. Is it Duke Elton's Silver Shield's son? Who I think he might have been trying to protect. And he's lost all his money. And the Duke Silvershield, or Duke Elton, is not going to be pleased that his son's dead. But I think we've got his brooch or something back in the little store in Beregost. And now we've got access to Baldur's Gate. We can actually complete Kagan's mission. So it's quite a nice way of Kagan coming back into the party, really. Unfortunate. What will you do now, Kagan? Do you suppose there's a connection between these bandits and the Iron Raiders? Well, we did already find that out, but yes, there was. Well, I could go home and starve whilst being reproached by the bereaved next of kin, or I could stay out and repay them Iron Boys with a bit of what I owes them. In that case, our goals are the same. We can pursue them together, if you would. So says I. Ye be at least as fine a target for their arrows and spells as what I am. Oh well, that's pretty positive from Kagan.
Sure.
Night sing may darkness prevail.
Ah, but he's only got 28 hit points. What is... Ugh. Look at that, he's a level 2. Oh my god. That's pretty good hit points for a level 2, isn't it? 28. He's already nearly as strong as both as well. He's still much more healthy than poor Tsar. Nearly as many hit points as Edwin. We'll bump him up. I think we'll make him head of the party.
As leader, I plan to make us stinking rich.
Well, we already are, really, Kagan. I think we've got about 18,000 gold. I just need to remind myself. So he's just a straight-up fighter, isn't he? That constitution is good, which probably explains his excellent hit points. Strength is pretty good. It's only 1 point less than Ajantis. Rubbish dexterity. So, yeah. And he likes axes and crossbows. Well, that's useful because... Oh, yes, he's still got his... I think we got all this stuff for him when we left him. And we just let him keep it. Got 20 arrows for some reason. So, yeah. Well, that's quite useful. So he's already got a heavy crossbow. For some reason, he's got a bastard sword, which he's got absolutely no proficiency in whatsoever. Actually, one thing I thought was... our weapon's now not breaking because we've kind of taken out the mine issue in Nashkel.
All right.
Does that mean... I'm actually going to speak to a commoner and see if they've got anything to say about the current situation.
Why me?
Something on your mind?
You been down south recently? You see them heroes everyone's talking about? Did I see them? You could say that. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Alwyn. Yes. That's probably not what Alwyn's going to say. Although this is a bit corny as well. Supposedly real brave and damn good looking too. Yeah, whatever. I just want to know if they can do something about the bandits and such. Our weapons and tools are just about falling apart now. Never stand up against an assault from arm in this condition. Okay, so clearly the commoners... What does the town crier say? Hear ye, the criminal Basileus has been killed. It is said that the hero Alwyn did the deed. May he always be welcome in our town. I don't think Kagan had anything to do with that, actually. Okay, well the town crier's all done for new dialogue then. So, perhaps the immediate iron crisis has been averted.
Something on your mind?
Hey, ain't you the mercenaries who saved the mines of Nashkel? Well, good for you. We need more people like you. I suppose you're going to give those bandits some trouble now. Good for you if you are. You'll make a lot of people happy, you will. So people clearly still think the bandits are a problem. Right, let's have a drink. The party's a little bit beat up after their encounter with the Zentarim.
All right.
Oh, they do offer beds here as well. That's good. Right. I think what I'm going to do is give Kagan the braces. There we go, look. So the armour class was 4 and now it's 0. So that's very good. In fact...
Why me?
Let's Let's go to our little lock-up. Because we have in there some full plate mail, I'm sure. And that will do Kagan very nicely.
All right.
So, Kagan, just have a look in there.
Why me?
Oh, yeah, we've got a load of cursed stuff. We'll take Eddard Silvershield's fibula. Oh, I've forgotten all this stuff we had in here. Look at all these spells as well. I do need to have a good sort out of these. We'll take the darts because, what's that? Spider's Bane. Of course. Of course. A Wand of Fear. Some magical bolts which Kagan will take because he is now he is a crossbow user. Braces of defense. Will that do? Oh no, we've already got braces, haven't we? I'm sure we had... there it is. Full plate armour. I've got quite as much stuff in there as I thought. Right, anyway. Kagan, put that on. Look at that. Armour class -3. -4 with the sword and shield equipped. Oh, and if you take Senses of the Cat, that brings his armour class against missile to -9. So that is rather good, isn't it? So he's not going to be affected by ranged weapons particularly. Yes, so get rid of that armour. It's not really worth a huge amount. We are going to get all these spells out actually because we will go back to Baldur's Gate. I think Alwyn just wanted to lie low for a while. It's 11 in the morning, day 93. We are going to rest quite a bit, I think. Imwyn's pretty beat up. Alwyn's not... Well, he's taken a bit of a knock, hasn't he? So, I'm going to get all the stuff out of there. All the spells that we need. Sell a load of stuff. And then maybe think if we can get anything else for Kagan that'll boost him up a bit. Right, we're just in the Thunderhammer Smithy's shop. Going to sell this plate mail, 2,500 gold. No one can really wear it apart from Coran, and I'm not sure if he's going to come back anytime soon, so we'll take the gold for now. 21,000 gold. Got rid of all the mage robes. We sold the ankheg shell, so that's another 500 gold. So it's all looking rather good. I realise I've left the Deadshot bow in the inventory, which is a bit of a mistake, but never mind.
All right.
Yeah,
All right.
I'll drop that off, and then I'll probably go to Felderposin and see if we can't sell those gems. Right, so we're in Felderposin. We've sold the gems, so we've pretty much got rid of everything we could have done. Just a reminder, Kagan seems to run a shady mercenary company, quite obsessed with wealth, but any information beyond this he is content to keep to himself. I think Alwyn, as long as basically he does just sort of keep himself to himself, he's absolutely fine with that. He was with the party, he spent nearly a week with the party, and managed to kill a half ogre. That was his strongest opponent that he bested. I seem to remember he did have some problem with the ankhegs. He obviously didn't manage to kill one because that would probably be the most powerful vanquished if he did. So yes, there's Kagan. But here, I'm gonna invest in Kagan. I think Alwyn will buy him a battle axe +1. 2,250 gold. So it dips us back below 20,000, but I think Alwyn will be will be fine with that. Yeah, and get rid of that. So his thacker actually goes down to 17 with that, and the damage goes... the damage is 5 to 12, which isn't bad at all. So he does pack a punch now, old Kagan.
All right.
Oh, we were going to... who's that? Oh, it's Ajantis. Hello, Ajantis.
You have but to ask.
Hello, hello. No doubt you have returned to your senses and wish to continue our glorious fight against evil, a wise and fortuitous decision. You are mistaken. You are mistaken. But we were a team, we were bound by honour. Why is everything always so complicated? Oh, poor Ajantis, obviously you forgot to leave him with any armour.
It
Never
shall
mind.
be as you wish.
Kagan's wearing that now, my son.
Sure.
I'm afraid. The Belching Dwarf. Which does sound like a good name for a bar in the Baldur's Gate setting. Right, so we're going to need to rest. To heal. Okay. Now we can identify this. Ring. The Jester's Folly. Ring of Clumsiness. Oh. Okay, a cursed ring. What does it do? Takes your stealth and dexterity down, and a 75% chance of spellcasting failure. The most notorious owner of this ring made a substantial living exploiting its cursed nature. Gregoria the Fool, a jester by trade, would use his incomparable sleight of hand to switch this ring with that of a patsy taken from his audience. The rest of his performance would involve the mocking of the newly clumsy individual, much to the delight of their comrades. The ring was removed by a method known only to the wily jester. Only once the stooge had promised no reprisals for the treatment he had received, though Gregoria frequently still had to make a hasty retreat. His last known performance was rumoured to have been an ill-humoured mage in Zentil Keep, a show from which he did not flee quite fast enough. Oh dear. We've got to watch out for those Zents. Or rather, the Zent should watch out for Alwyn after his last performance in Baldur's Gate. Right, we could do with another rest.
Sure.
Right, we're resting up in Baldur's Gate, and what is it now? It's 4 in the morning.
Sure.
I think we'll have another rest.
You want some whiskey?
And we'll just make... Alwyn will make a late start to the day. Okay. So presumably 2 in the afternoon? No, sorry, oh yes, midday.
All
Bad
right.
maths, bad maths. Right.
Sure.
Okay. Over to the smithy. I'll bring you back if he's actually done the armour. Right, so Teron Furium. Ah, you have returned, and here be what I promised you. Beautiful, isn't it? A finer set of armour I have not made for some time. Wear it well. Uh-huh. It was expensive, but well worth it. And would you look at that? Ankheg plate mail. Does it need identifying? No. This plate mail has been expertly crafted by Teron Furium of Beregost. Sheathed in the chitinous scales of the ankheg, it provides a greater degree of protection than traditional plate mail, and is not susceptible to rust. As any world-weary adventure will tell you, however, the best appreciated aspect of ankheg mail is its light weight and low encumbrance. Monsters come and go, but fatigue is a constant enemy. So it's armour class 1. Okay, so Alwyn could wear it, could he? Yes, it is armour that Alwyn could wear. And his armour class would go to -7. Oh my days. Lordy, lordy. I mean, Alwyn's not bad at -2. -7? Invincible. What does it do to Viconia? -6. Oh my word, that's brilliant. Is it better for... Okay, it doesn't do anything. It's not better than full plate. It's the same. But it's a lot lighter. Weight 25. Oh, and suddenly Viconia is a defensive powerhouse. It's 3 points better than the splint mail she's been wearing for eons.
I can make whatever you wish for
It's
a
incredible.
little bit more than me competition.
And the fact that it's light and requires low strength means Viconia can actually wear it. Ugh. That is astonishing. -6. Alwyn was -7.
Sure.
Well, I must say, I think that has given Alwyn a real boost to know that you know, Viconia is now so much stronger. I mean, Kagan is a level 2 fighter, which is so amateurish compared to Edwin. What are you doing? Okay. Right. Yeah, so amateurish compared to the rest of the party, but I don't know, I suppose...
Why me?
I suppose at least Kagan is hopefully going to level fairly quickly. I think he only needs a couple of levels really to be up with the rest of the party, to be honest. I'm not that worried that he's not going to be slashing through the enemies easily. The fact that he's poor with the crossbow, or comparatively poor compared to the Coran or even Ajantis, is a problem, but I guess we'll just have to deal with that. You've got to take the rough with the smooth, I think. I mean, he'll hit things with his crossbow, but... Right, now you may wonder what on earth we're doing. Well, this is a kind of... I think a bit of a trial for Kagan, just to see how he gets on in the heat of battle. For Alwyn just to convince himself that he's the right man for the job, if you see what I mean. Or indeed the right dwarf for the job. So here's a wolf. That is a good enemy to start with. Oh, and he's already got a hit. Okay. Defend yourself, Kagan.
Destroyer of worlds.
Very good.
All right.
Okay, here we go.
I need an ale.
Not yet, Kagan. Okay, now this is a challenge. Go, Kagan. He's defending well. See, Coran would have already taken a couple of hits by now, I think. Just making sure Imoen wasn't using expensive ammunition there. Brilliant. Oh, Kagan got a couple of hits in as well. There we go.
Why me?
Let's give them a right thrashing.
My blade will cut you down to size.
Thing is, with Ajantis and Kivin and Coran, you know their first arrow was always going to be a hit.
Destroyer of worlds.
Viconia, 16 damage with a sling. Sorry, just had a bit of a pop up there. Right, we're back. We're back. So, who would have thought the temple area of Beregost would be so sort of wild? Oh, hello. Galileus.
Knowledge used wisely is the most powerful of tools.
It's like a sort of they've just borrowed a sort of a painting of a Dutch master or something. Anyway, Galileus, 30 degrees latitude, longitude, varying greatly. Moons in conjunction with. Pardon my lack of focus, but I've been studying the sky for some time now. Now I've positively I've a positively wicked kink in my neck and cannot seem to focus on anything closer than the horizon. Such are the pains of astrology, I suppose. Oh, Galileo. Okay, right. Study on, I shall not distract your gaze. Perhaps it is for the best. There are great things on the horizon, and I should devote much time to them if I am to fully understand what is to come. Dangerous days ahead indeed. Okay. Okay, well that's a nice little cameo there, isn't it?
Why me?
Right, I'll bring you back if there's any encounters of significance, shall we say. Ah, brilliant timing. Why me and then lightning? It should be the other way round. Well, there you go. There's an encounter of significance for you just there. Right, we do have a bit of a trial for Kagan here. He's taking on a warg and a dreadwolf with the support of some of the party, but oh, he needs to have his axe out. Come on, Kagan. Basics. He's actually got some quite good hits in with the axe, as old Kagan. There he goes again. 12 damage. Seems, what's this? Seems to be hitting a lot more than Ajantis did with his sword, actually. Okay, what's a vampiric wolf? Oh god.
Again, you disturb me.
Skull trap. If we can get it in, it's probably not going to work in time, is it? Spook it, Edwin. Tsar, blast it with some missile.
How may I be of assistance?
Alwyn. Give it a flame arrow. Draconia. Do a chant. Okay, straight in at Alwyn, aren't you? Imwin I was just exploring the map with, so she's out of action at the moment, I'm afraid. Okay, barely injured. Okay, this got interesting, didn't it? Edwin,
My action.
back off.
You have but to ask.
Alwyn. You're going to have to just get in there. Yep, you're moving. Right, Zar. Work on the vampiric wolf. Edwin. I'm a bit worried as to what this vampiric wolf is going to... What's he done to Kagan? Oh, chant. Okay, that's fine. Right, Draconia. Command that. Command Alwyn's Dreadwolf, please. Okay, that didn't work. Oh, we got the vampiric wolf. Well done, Zar. Edwin, where are you going? You're irritating. Come back.
Your worthless lives end here.
I hope Draconia's not going to have any chance of getting... Oh, where are you going?
You have but to ask.
Right, if you want to take Alwyn on, take... Oh, okay. Got right through Alwyn's defences there. Oh, God. Okay. Ah. Another Dreadwolf. Run. Oh, another vampiric wolf. Blimey, okay.
Have become death, destroyer of worlds.
My actions are yours.
Your voice is ambrosia.
Right.
What is it now?
I know, Edwin, you just run.
As directed.
Okay, Zaconia, that's fine. Edwin, take out the vampiric one. Zaconia should be able to stand up against it quite easily. Alwyn, can you scare them off?
Hardly worth my time.
No. Ooh.
Again, you disturb me.
Blimey, this is, did not expect this just in the temple region of Beregost at all. Right, what do we got? A badly injured vampiric wolf. Didn't actually see how much experience these were worth. Alwyn, weapon ineffective. Ah. Okay, well this isn't working, is it? Get in there with your hammer. Zar, you'll have to get in there with your dagger. I think it must be immune to non-magical weapons. Oh, that's it. Alwyn gets in. Near death. Oh, yes. Ah, right, what's going... Oh, Imowen, what are you doing? Where is it? Ah! Suddenly Imowen's been set upon by wild dogs.
I've done had enough of this.
Luckily she's got the paws of the cheetah on, you see. Oh, okay. Oh god. Well, 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 this has been an experience, hasn't it? Okay. All is calm.
My actions are yours.
Well then, when we killed some vampiric wolves while you were away. Wow. 2,000 experience for the vampiric wolf. Blimey. Because it was immune to... To be fair, I suppose if you had come here when you were sort of level 1 or 2, which you could easily do in Baldur's Gate, because this, as I say, is the temple area of Beregost. We are effectively in Beregost. Sorry, just have a sip of water. So, yeah, you can quite see how they would be a tough enemy at that level. I must say I'm surprised that it throws 2000 XP enemies at you this early in the game. Or maybe it is because we're fairly well levelled. But the good news is, Kagan is already has already levelled up. So he's already making up for some of his deficiencies. And we get to spend a proficiency slot. Now, what do we do? So he's got a proficiency. That's brilliant. He's got a proficiency thing to spend. His Thaco is reduced by 1. He's got loads of saving throws reduced by 1. He gets 12 hit points. That's pretty good. I'll tell you what. I am just gonna go for the crossbow, I think. So you get an extra +1 to hit and +2 to damage, and for warriors only, an extra half an attack up per round with the selected weapon. So he gets half an attack per round extra, an extra to hit, and +2 damage. So that makes his crossbow rather good. What would it be if I just went with axe? Master, +3 to hit. Oh. +3 to damage, an extra half an attack a round. Okay, well that's pretty good, isn't it? That is pretty good. But I think crossbow, because he will be using the crossbow pretty regularly, and to get an extra Thaco, +1 on the hit, plus the 1 he gets from his level up, should put his Thaco on the crossbow down to 15. And look at that, he's got 40 hit points, so he's actually within 1 level up. He has made himself the hardiest member of the party, with the exception of Imowen, who's already level 7. So that's... I'll tell you what, this has been a night for all of the crap that Alwyn had to face when he first went to Baldur's Gate. This has been a nice little boost. The armour, the fact that Kagan is pretty good defensively. He's actually had a tough battle there against some very tough enemies. I was just thinking it might be a few, wolves or something, but he's withstood vampiric wolves with his excellent armour class. Viconia has now got an unbelievable armour class, and we've got a fighter with 40 hit points. I don't think Ajantis was much different to that. And yeah, so that's 15 now, the Thaco on the crossbow, and 16 on the axe. So it is all looking rather good, isn't it? I think it really is. So, yeah. Coming to Beregost seemed like a bit of a cowardly, defeatist move, but it's actually turned out rather good.